We thought this was just the road to Alaska. Miles and miles of highway. But the farther north we went, the more the road started showing us something we didn't expect. How to actually get there.
Well, I think you can see we're in Blaine, Washington.
We're at Peace Arch Park at the border of United States and Canada.
And it's getting real because we are just about to go into Canada.
It's getting real.
It's getting very real.
Yeah. So there's the American flag in flowers. And if you go across to the other side, you can see behind the tree there, I'll move over a little bit, there's a Canadian flag in flowers. We'll go see that in a minute. The completion of this park was made possible by the contributions of school children in the state of Washington. So the sign says. There's a really cool flag.
Look at that.
111 years ago. May these gates never be closed.
Yes, for sure.
Look at the totem.
Look at the totem. Look at that sign over there, the Peace Arch Park. You need to get that.
Okay.
Just, a little clip.
Yeah. So we're in Canada right now. We're in BC, Canada. And you look on the map, and there's a line that goes between the two countries. How wide is that line? Is it this wide?
What, the actual border?
Yeah, how wide is the border? Is it an infinitesimal line in the sand, or is it a half a mile on either side wide line? You've got the United States, Treaty of 1925, Canada, an international boundary. So it goes off down that way, the line does. You can see the telephone poles in the distance. It goes right through the middle of that arch. The border crossing there on Highway 89 in Montana. On our Highway 89 road trip, it wasn't as fancy as this. This is pretty fancy.
Peace Arch Park was a fun way to close out our time in the States. But tomorrow, we cross into Canada. It's our first big day. We've been planning for this Canadian crossing for months. All the paperwork's ready. Vehicle registrations, Kenai's dog papers, and we've just about cleaned out the fridge. The Canadian border rules seem to change daily, and we've been told crossing is like a box of chocolates. You never really know what you're gonna get. At best, we'll pass through without anything being taken away, and at worst, we'll be sitting in detention while they strip our rig. A country border coming up. I haven't seen that on Garmin ever before.
Yes, okay, we're getting really close to the border. Oh, I see trucks up in front of us. We are right at the border. So here we go.
Yep, here we go.
Here we go.
Border crossing.
We'll catch you up how things are going across into Canada. Shouldn't be a big deal, but we'll let you know here in a minute. U.S. inspections.
in Canada.
Woo! Customs was pretty easy. She was real nice. She just asked a bunch of easy questions. And that was it. So now we are in Canada and we are moving on to Highway 1.
Yep, this is a question about the dog, question about drugs,
Question about alcohol.
Alcohol, tobacco, and marijuana, and firearms. That was it. Nothing about anything else.
Our last time in Canada.
Yeah.
When were we last here?
Right. Anyway, we're heading on the Highway 1.
In British Columbia.
We've changed our Garmin over to kilometers.
So we know how fast we're going.
So we can make sure we don't speed.
It's all good.
Yeah, we're good. Alright, here we go.
We made it into Canada without a hitch. Nothing taken and no drama. I guess we got lucky and picked the right chocolate out of the box after all. Now it's north on the Trans-Canadian Highway with the mountains ahead calling us forward. Barely half an hour into our drive and Canada is already showing off. Our first stop, Bridal Veil Falls. For our first night in Canada, we pulled into Hat Creek Ranch in Cache Creek, British Columbia. A rustic dry camping spot tucked in a green grassy field. We were last to arrive, something we'll be doing a lot of on this trip, because we really enjoy taking the road at our own pace and discovering fun off-the-beaten-path stops along the way.
Don't worry about getting square. Just line up behind 24.
Behind the Jeep.
22, come on down.
Oh, there you go. Let's put the Dynamaxes together.
All right. We had a wonderful night here at Cache Creek, but we're all getting ready to bug out, so we're battening down the hatches, cleaning windshields, and ready to rock and roll. There goes another one. So we gotta wait for our line to get out. We got in late last night, so we got the rear spot, so now we gotta wait for everybody to leave before we can get out. That's just the way it rolls sometimes. But it's all good. It's gonna be a 260-mile day today. Rock and roll in Canada. Yay. $100-mile house.
Might be easier to take a photograph. I should have taken a photograph from behind.
Don't hang up. Can we be friends again? I give sounds strange, but I'd give my life for you. Nothing's changed, I just ran away from the truth. One of us makes a mistake, we work our way through the heartache.
With our first few days in Canada behind us, we're settling into the rhythm of the road and looking forward to what lies ahead.
Fantasy 2. We are 5 and 22, hitting the back door.
We are here in Prince George, British Columbia, and we just filled up at the Costco here in town. It had the cheapest diesel, of course, and it worked for all of us. So this is a good thing. We are happy to be in Prince George. It's time to move on to Dawson Creek. Jumping the gun.
Alrighty, good morning. We are on Highway 97 in the middle of British Columbia, Canada. Driving through a forest of trees, by some pretty lakes. We got some poofy clouds coming in and out. We're about almost 100 miles into a 255 mile day. I don't know, we're gonna do 2 nights there in Dawson Creek, which gives everybody a little bit of a rest. We've been driving 8, 9, 10 hours on the road every day here to get to these stops. So this is kind of the heavy driving portion of the true trip, I hope.
Right, as we're just trying to get north through British Columbia.
Yeah. Oh, look at this river. What river is this? Parsnip River.
They've got large rivers up here so far, and I think they're going to get bigger. There seems to be a lot of pullover places to park your big rig. Lots of pullover rest areas, parking areas to stop, which has been really nice. So we'll find some place in a little while, stop for some lunch on the road.
Yeah, getting hungry.
But anyway, that's what's going on for now.
Next up is Chetwynd, British Columbia, the chainsaw sculpture capital of the world.
The chainsaw carving project began as a part of the Rendezvous 92 committee, which was created to aid in celebrating the 50th anniversary of the construction of the Alaskan Highway, the Alcan. So that's what they're doing here. They're still celebrating the construction of the Alcan.
we made it to our evening's camp, Northern Lights RV Park in Dawson Creek, the official start of the legendary Alcan Highway. A fitting end to a full day of exploring Canada's surprises and the perfect jumping off point for our upcoming adventures. We're in Dawson Creek, British Columbia, the official start of the Alaskan Highway. We need to follow the time-honored tradition of adding our sticker to the Mile Zero sticker wall.
So where should we put it?
I think I like where you pointed it out. Up here?
Up there?
We got a story.
Sorry, guy. Big dog.
Okay. Next to it's better outside.
Tomorrow, we'll fire up the rig, roll past the Mile Zero marker, and officially hit the Alcan, where our Alaskan Odyssey story continues. But today is all about soaking up the ambience and exploring the visitor center. This is where local art mixes with Alcan history, and the stairways are lined with photos and stories of how the highway became to be.
We can see it. It's invaded. But this is one of the first signpost signs, I would think.
Probably.
The official opening was held on the 20th, 1942 at Soldiers Summit overlooking Kluane Lake in a temperature of minus 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Convoy of trucks left from Fairbanks, the first trucks to travel over the highway, all the way from Dawson Creek to Fairbanks, Alaska.
Hey, Mile Zero!
Hey!
The next morning, we roll past the Mile Zero marker and hook up the rig in the Visitor Center parking lot. The Alcan awaits, and our Alaskan Odyssey adventure truly begins. Our first stop is the Kiskatnaw Bridge, a testament to the ingenuity of the 1942 Alaska highway builders. This wooden trestle bridge, with its sweeping curves, stands as a rare survivor from the original route.
We just left our rigs there at the intersection or the turn in. There was just enough room for us to park them there. It's a 4.8 kilometer partially dirt road to get to this bridge. And we're gonna go take a look and see what it's all about. Yeah, we're on the old highway, the old Alcan highway. And so it curves around a little bit. It used to go over this bridge over the river.
Yes, wooden bridge. I can't wait to see it.
We're gonna see a bridge and then pack up and hit
Big
the road.
trips.
How tempting.
we made it. You could probably even see on camera how tippy it is. And I can also see why it's not being used. It's all out of wood. Looks like all the 2x4s or probably 2x10s or 12s are all stacked vertically, really tight together. So that's pretty strong, but not current.
Completed in less than a year, the Kiskatna Bridge was built entirely from locally harvested timber using about 500,000 board feet of fir. Its sweeping 9-degree curve spans a gorge more than 30 meters deep. During construction, workers set each heavy timber by hand, often dangling high above the rushing water. Today it's closed to all but foot traffic, standing as one of the few original wooden trestle bridges still carrying the story of the Alaskan Highway.
We're on the Alaskan-Canadian Highway 97.
The Alcan.
The Alcan.
I don't even know if it's called 97 anymore. Yeah, I guess it is.
I mean, it's 97, yeah. And we're passing through a huge burn scar area that smells pretty recent. We're about mile marker 195-ish, or 175.
170-ish.
Yeah, 170.
175.
Somewhere in there. This burn scar is going on for quite a while.
Yeah. On both sides of the road.
Both sides of the road. The trees aren't very big. The trees weren't very big. So it might have been logged, and this was all new growth. It's hard to say. Anywho, we left mile 0 this morning from Dawson Creek, and we're heading to Fort Nelson. 189-mile drive day today.
Yeah.
Had a little bit of rain, a lot of fire smoke, haze, a lot of dirty roads. Some of the roads back, a couple miles back, were just dirty from all the traffic coming out of the woods, dragging all the dirt on, and then a little bit of rain made it muddy. So the road was a mess. Now the road looks pretty good. Looks pretty dry.
To a clean, big road.
Yeah. Now the sun's popped out. We just got past a little rainstorm and the sun's just popped out.
How old would you say this fire is? Within the last week or so, he says. So yeah, this is something pretty recent.
So our fireman Carl, who's behind us, just said he thinks this fire is about a week old.
And Thompson, he says there's a helicopter off to our left that's probably surveying. Yeah, it's still smoldering. So he thinks they're still watching it. There's hot spots in there. That's how recent it is. And we don't have any news.
Yeah, I thought I heard the road was closed for a little bit because of fire, and maybe it was this.
It could be this. It's been open, closed, open, closed. It looks pretty good, but I think there's hot spots off to our left.
I mean, that was probably where the smoke is smoldering.
That's right, we're still smelling it.
Yeah.
And we're still 100 miles from Fort Nelson.
Yep, we got about 104 miles to go to our camp spot tonight. I hope it's not too smoky at the camp spot.
Yeah.
We've been last coming into camp every night so far.
No, not last night.
Yeah, we were.
2 nights ago we were last.
Well, one guy was. He had trouble, but we were last coming in 2 nights ago. So tonight or just now, just a little bit ago, we passed our tail gunner. He was sitting right in front of us. So we pulled off, did a potty stop, and now he's behind us. So at least we're ahead of the tail gunner tonight.
Yeah, but barely. Barely in front of our tail gunner.
Yeah, look how smoky it is ahead of us. It's pretty smoky. There's stuff over here. Yeah.
Arctic Ocean or bust. Look at that truck and those motorcycles. They must be going up to Tuck. That's pretty awesome.
Are we getting out of BC?
No, 2 more days.
2 more days if we get out of BC.
Yeah.
BC's a long province.
It's bigger than you think it is.
Yeah, and then we got a couple of days in the Yukon before we get to Alaska.
Yeah.
So we've got still about a week of traveling here, just to get north. Anyway, we'll check in later once we get to Fort Nelson, but we'll see what we got when we get there.
Yep, there's your update. Yeah, you need to be a little more angled. Okay, how is that?
Pretty crooked. We'll see if we can get it straight here or level.
Right next door to the RV park is the Fort Nelson Heritage Museum.
The world's largest Crayola.
A treasure trove of local history.
Bunch of old trucks. And some pipes with it's a big chain. Oh, what the heck is that? One of British Columbia's hydro's first power units used in Fort Nelson, 1,000 kilowatts. That's a big hunk of metal right there. And pipes. They do a lot of piping up here, so I guess they got lots of leftover pieces of pipe. Fort Nelson Historical Society. Some old engines just hanging out. Those are out of airplanes. The Heritage Museum. It says open, but I doubt they are. The owner or the old man that started it collected a bunch of stuff, you know, from the 40s and 50s when they built this road. Collected it and had to start a museum. There's a bad corner. I don't know, we're just walking around. Must have ran into the ground. This one. Huh. All right, we're walking back. We got a 7:30 meeting, so gotta go. Gotta go. Oh, there's a big tower for drilling oil, I bet. Right here in town. This is probably the best museum within 100 miles. Well, good morning. Another drive day today, not too bad, 180 miles to Liard Hot Springs. We're here in Fort Nelson, just navigating the fueling stations. The one we chose this morning was a little bit crowded, a little tricky, but we got both tanks filled up, so we're good. But our co-drivers or the other groups weren't able to fit we weren't able to navigate. We didn't hook up our Jeep, so we had some versatility. They went down the road a little bit. We passed a couple that were more wide open. Well, we could have diverted down that way too, but we tried this one first and got it done. It seems as if fuel is going to be the challenge of this trip for these big rigs, especially us that have to fill on both sides. You know, we've got saddle tanks. Some of these other rigs, and in fact most of these other rigs, have just one fill on the driver's side. There's only one other Dynamax in this group, and they've got saddle tanks too, so they're in that same challenge. But we got it done. We put in 200 gallons or something. But right now this morning, after fuel, our first stop is going to be cinnamon rolls. One of the better cinnamon roll stops on this trip, and it's really the first one since we've left for Alaska. And for whatever reason, Alaska, this whole journey here is noted for their cinnamon rolls, so that's the first one that we're going to stop at and sample. So we're good. Let's roll.
Next up, the famous Tetsa River cinnamon rolls, baked in the middle of the remote British Columbia wilderness, powered entirely by a single massive generator. They only make about 200 a day, and we grabbed the last few. Sorry, tail gunners.
Reveal.
Okay, let's
Point
see
down
what
here.
they look like.
Oh, I can't open it.
Yeah, because she said they only make like 280 something, and they had already won almost 200.
There they go.
Holly, here's the first taste. It's warm. There's cinnamon in it.
Those guys were
Connoisseur.
quick. Those guys were in and out.
Who's in and out? Everybody?
Well, I guess I don't know how long they've been here. Get these guys pulling out.
We're here at Testa River Lodge checking out their cinnamon rolls. They say they're the cinnamon bun center of the galactic cluster, so this is it. And it's pretty darn good. is Muncho Lake. We're still in BC, at the very top of it, and this has been a gorgeous drive today through this gorgeous canyon. I'm gonna say gorgeous again, it's gorgeous. This has been a beautiful drive. And some goats, a moose, and a puppy dog.
Entrance, RV park.
You know, 2 entrance signs straight ahead.
10-4, we see the entrance sign.
Come on over there.
We're not last, are we?
Yeah.
Somebody has to be.
Okay, we're going.
Okay, guys, we all get in a line and we grab the wire and we hold hands.
Okay.
Kind of like
the guy.
No dogs or alcohol. No smoking.
No vaporing.
No nothing. Looks like
No fun.
no fun in this here.
water bottle.
Here you go.
This is a moose bog, if I ever saw a moose bog. We're going to Liard Hot Springs in a rainstorm at night. What can go wrong? It should be all good. Oh, it's not. Once you get in, it's okay.
About, my guess, it's about 103.
We're here in the Liard Hot Springs. Ooh, it's warm right here. Maybe that's because of me.
Thanks for sharing.
I didn't say that, did I? I didn't mean that.
No, it is cooler here.
We did it. We did the hot springs. Yeah, it's really hot at one end and then it gets okay and then it cools off a little. It's hot.
A light morning rain falls steadily as we pull out of Laird Hot Springs Campground, rolling north once again on the Alaska Highway. The clouds hang low, and almost immediately, there it is, our first bison sighting of the trip. Just up the highway is Smith River Falls, a 2-tier waterfall thundering down into a deep blue lagoon. It's one of those places that's easy to miss if you're rushing north, but worth every minute of the short hike.
Today we're visiting Smith River Falls.
Not far up the road, we find ourselves surrounded by bison. Dozens of them. Big bulls, mothers, and calves grazing right along the Alaska Highway. As it turns out, these aren't plains bison like you'll find farther south. These are wood bison, the largest land mammals in North America, and they're native to this region of the northern British Columbia and southern Yukon. By the early 1900s, wood bison had nearly disappeared, but thanks to careful conservation and reintroduction efforts, small herds like this one now roam freely again. Crossing into the Yukon. That feels good to say.
Yeah, with the cutout around the. Hey, Kirk and Trudy from Littleton?
Yeah.
Best I can do.
How about jerk with the camera?
The sign was already plastered with stickers from travelers all over the world, so of course we had to add our Basecamp Blue Sky to the mix. Gotta mark the moment. A few miles up the road, we stop at the 60th parallel pullout, where the Yukon officially begins.
Everything's kind of wet.
The Better Yukon Welcome sign is at this pullout too, and this one's got room to play. Since we'll need to detach before reaching our next campground anyway, this feels like the perfect spot to unhook. We'll drive the Jeep into position for a quick photo op, and it's hard not to smile. After all the miles behind us, standing here at the border of the Yukon feels like a real milestone. The road ahead is calling, but for the moment, we just soak it in. We're standing in the world-famous Watson Lake Signpost Forest. What an incredible place. A maze of signs and stories from travelers all over the world. It started way back in 1942 when a homesick U.S. Army soldier working on the highway posted a sign pointing to his hometown. Others followed, and before long, it grew into this living monument to everyone who's ever traveled this road.
So here's our ski we put up. We've got our Basecamp Blue Sky label on there from Montrose, Colorado, June of 2025. The only thing we didn't put on there is how many miles Montrose is from Watson Lake here in Alaska.
If we were to come again, I would certainly add how many miles it is to Montrose, Colorado.
Yep, or wherever you're coming from.
Yeah, but at least we have something here. We are represented.
Yep, so look for the snow ski if you are ever coming up this way.
And the snow ski is right next to one of these entrances where they have this sea buoy.
That's a pretty good tip.
Right, so we're close to the buoy. I love that.
Yep, the buoy. The signposts just go on forever. It's crazy. It is absolutely insane how many signs there are. I mean, here's a July of '92. I wish more people put dates on their things just so that we can see. A lot of people have, but you know, it's just even just all these license plates. You know, they need to put more notes on there so you know what the heck they're talking about.
Barbara, 1991.
There's a 91. Lots of fun, lots of fun. Lots of history here, lots of families, lots of people coming up here and having fun. And that's kind of what this whole drive to Alaska is about, is having fun. It's fun to search for other people's signs. It's fun to put your own sign up. So make sure, if you're coming up this way, plan for this, make a nice sign that will last a few years. There's a lot that have deteriorated and they're unreadable, so it's like, come up with a nice sign, something unique, something fun, have your family sign it, put your hometown on it, how many miles you are from your hometown, and a date, and that's really cool. That's what we need to do. We found you, Traveling Robert.
It's here, just so you know.
We found you. Good job. Nice and low. We found you, KYD.
We found KYDs.
Right there.
How fun. It was fun to look for it. We got into the Yukon today, and this is one of the first stops when you're in the Yukon is get to the signpost forest.
Yep.
And we've walked around here over an hour, maybe 2 hours walking around. It's fascinating.
Awesome. It's awesome.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, really enjoyed our time here. We put up a sign, we've looked for other people's signs, and it's just so fun to walk around and see everything.
Gotta be here. You gotta make a sign and put it up if you're ever coming this way. Tomorrow we're on our way to Whitehorse, and we'll see what we see when we get up there.
It's gonna be fun. I know it's gonna be good. Sun's finally come out. I think the next few days might be okay for weather.
Right, we had rain all day today and it's been cloudy the last few days, but Whitehorse, here we come.
Here we come.
The rig needs fuel to make it to Whitehorse, so we pull into one of the only fuel stations in Watson Lake. It's kind of a rinky-dink operation here, but that's pretty normal for the Yukon. From here, the Yukon portion of the Alaskan Highway begins to show its character. A lot of construction, plenty of gravel, and frequent slowdowns. But that's part of the adventure. Our first stop of the day is Rancheria Falls, just off of the Alaska Highway. finally Whitehorse. After days on the Alaska Highway, the first major town we've seen since Prince George feels like a welcome sight.
Okay, it's looking good. You can start straightening it out slightly. Or I guess crank harder. But right now you look real good. You're gonna make it on my side. It's gonna be fine. Okay, you need to cut some more. Okay, that's good. That's really good. Good morning. We are in Whitehorse, Yukon today, and we are going to the Canyon Loop Trail this morning with a lot from our group, and we're gonna hike along the Yukon River. The sun's out, so it's a good day to take advantage of that.
Kinda.
Kinda? Well, yeah, it might cloud up, but right now it's really good. So I really think we need to take advantage of that.
We're gonna do a quick drive through Whitehorse. Like here's our first gas station. So we gotta kind of eyeball some of these fueling stations.
Yeah, see what kind of options we get.
Fuel up here before we bug out in a couple of days.
Yep.
It's going to be a great day here in Whitehorse. Our first hike of the morning takes us to Miles Canyon, a stunning stretch of the Yukon River with dramatic canyon walls carved over thousands of years. And it's just a short distance from the town center, making it an easy and accessible stop.
Oh, this is gorgeous.
This bridge was on my list.
Was it?
Yes.
Fantastic, Natalie.
Yes.
Here you are.
The highlight, the walking bridge spanning the river, a perfect vantage point for photos and soaking in the river scenery.
There were jet boats.
Between the rushing river, the canyon walls, and the chatter of fellow travelers, it's an energetic way to kick off our Whitehorse adventure.
And you can rent some paddle boards and kayaks here, which might be really fun because it looks like a wonderful little lake on this river. Doggies in the Yukon.
Finishing our hike in Miles Canyon and grabbing the classic Whitehorse sign photo op, we head into town to explore a bit more. It's lunchtime and we're hungry, we find a local favorite for fresh halibut fish and chips, the perfect way to refuel after a morning of hiking and sightseeing.
The Yukon Transportation Museum. This is the world's largest plane vane. So somehow when the wind blows, it turns using its tail rudder, I believe. Can you imagine this ginormous thing going across glaciers and the tundra? It's the United States Army, is what it says on the side. So they must have used it to get stuff to stuff. An overland tracker maybe? And a big snowplow kind of thing on the front. Crazy. So this is the historic mile 917.
Since we left Dawson Creek.
Yeah, so we're
917 miles away from Dawson Creek.
Yep.
We've come a long way.
We've come a long way. We have a long way to still to
We still have a
go.
long way to go.
After all those miles, Alaska is really close.
So we're here on the world's smallest desert, but it's also the most northern desert in the northern continent, or North America. It's not very big. It used to be a lake bottom. But what's interesting to me is here we are in this sand dune, and then boom! We're back to what the regular tundra might look like. So somehow this edge of this sandy area has kept it being sandy, and this edge here is vegetated. Just kind of cool, something out here in the middle of the Yukon.
We roll into the little town of Carcross, a splash of color tucked deep in the Yukon. Luckily, a bit of warm morning sun breaks through, shining on the boardwalks and the new facades. I smell the familiar aroma of freshly brewed coffee in the air. Walking through Carcross, you can't help but notice the Tootsai, a ship that burned long ago, now rebuilt in timber and steel into a commanding skeleton frame. It's more than just a replica, it's a sculpture of history. Standing here, you can almost feel the hands that rebuilt it, honoring the past while giving us something to explore today. We pause for a moment at the heart of the old town, the original mercantile building, standing quietly away from the newer structures. You can feel the weight of history here too, and the stories of those who built and rebuilt this place long before the cruise ships arrived. For a place so small, it carries so much memory. And somehow, even in the mid-morning calm, you can feel the energy of this town. How it has endured, adapted with time, and continues to exist in such a remote place. Leaving Carcross, it finally feels like Alaska isn't that far away. We pass the Canadian port of entry and steadily climb to the summit. The anticipation is electric, as the border crossing we've been waiting for is only a few miles ahead. Soon, we're going to see our first glimpse of Alaska. We can't help but jump for joy. We're here, Alaska at last.
Made it to Alaska. We are here at the border on our way to Skagway.
Yes, we are finally back in the United States.
I know. It's beautiful up here at the summit before we head down a hill into Skagway.
It's finally time to begin our descent to the port of entry, the official step into Alaska. The Klondike drops almost straight down on this side of the pass, a dizzying descent that tests our rig's capabilities and my driving skills.
The train's over there. See, he's got to go slow too. He's got to go downhill.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary.
Across the valley, the White Pass train winds along the cliffs, tracing the same route fortune seekers once followed, climbing out of Alaska toward the promise of gold in the Yukon. A few miles later, the U.S. port of entry comes into view. It's just a checkpoint, but for us, it's the doorway to Alaska. After more than 5,000 miles on the road, we finally have arrived. But entering the U.S. from Canada isn't quite as simple as our first crossing into British Columbia. This time we're boarded and inspected. They're checking for raw chicken and fresh eggs. Luckily, we planned ahead and had none, except for Kenai's dog food. Turns out it's made with chicken, and we need to prove it was produced in the U.S., not Canada. We didn't have the original bag to show it, something we just never thought about. Luckily, the border agent gave us a break. He knew if he took our dog's food, we wouldn't be able to replace it in town. So we thanked him and rolled into Skagway, a little wiser and grateful for the kindness. Even as we drive towards camp, there's a sense of anticipation. This is just the beginning of our first Alaska experience. For now, we settle in for the evening, toasting to our success, and looking forward to having our first Alaska fun in the morning. Skagway is a town built for opportunity and for tourists. With one of the few deep water ports in Alaska, it can handle up to 5 giant cruise ships at a time, each unloading thousands of visitors. The town even built the train and bus depots right next to the docks. On busy days, the streets are swarming with people shopping, eating, and just wandering around. Gift shops and cafes line the sidewalks, while buses and trains carry folks up the Klondike Highway to Carcross, or even further inland to Talkeetna and Denali. Even with all the chaos, we can still feel the history here. This town grew out of the gold rush, and somehow it balances its past with the rhythm of modern tourism. Just an easy stroll from our campground, we hear the Reed Falls before we see it, the roar of water echoing through the trees. A little further along, we stumble upon the old cemetery. The headstones are weathered and leaning, and tell quiet stories of the people who lived and worked here long ago.
He was a doctor, an MD.
Walking among them, it hits you. This town isn't all about the tourists. It's built on lives and dreams and hard work that shaped the place we're exploring today. We leave the bustle of Skagway behind, winding along the quiet dirt road that hugs the Taya Inlet.
Like sunshine and moon.
The rush of people fades away, replaced by the soft patter of wet dirt on our tires and the forest all around us. Up ahead lies a place that once held big dreams, a town older than Skagway, where hope and ambition once flowed as freely as the river into the inlet.
We're like Jekyll and Hyde, we're like Batman and Bruce Wayne. We're like fire and water, we're like sugar and salt. We're like everything and nothing at all. But when we are apart, I bleed and I starve, and I miss your sweet, sweet touch. Is it when you are away, I keep wishing that you stay. I can't live without you by my side. We're like pillows and pavement, we're like safe and spent. You're like $10,000, I'm like nickels and cents.
Wild orchid.
You're like fresh spring water on a hot summer's day. You're like a beautiful sundown when daylight fades.
We're here in Daya, walking through the ghost town. And I'm not sure what's left of this ghost town. It's pretty well ghosted. There isn't too many structures or anything left that I can tell. So part of the National Park Service. But other than the ship port of Skagway, there's not a whole lot to do here. A little hiking, a little shopping, a little dirt road driving. Oh, welcome to Alaska. This is a busy boom town. About 30 to 40,000 gold seekers passed through Dia during the winter of 1897 and 98. Most people predicted a bright future for Dia. At the height of the gold rush, Main Street thrived. Around 150 businesses in town satisfied the needs of the business travelers. Businessmen and women realized they could make a fortune without even going to Klondike. Mining gold for people's pockets was much easier than digging it from the ground. Yeah, there's a boat out there, and this is where high tide used to be.
Wow.
But because of glacial rebound, the ground has risen more than 7 feet since 1890.
Wow.
Because the glacier is heavy, and it's not here anymore.
Uh-huh.
Huh. Who'd have thunk?
Standing at the edge of Daae, it's easy to feel the echoes of the past, the ambition, the struggles, the fleeting hopes of those who once called this place home. We find our way to the far end of the Taya Inlet, where the tide has receded and the mudflats stretch out before us. Here at the head of the fjord, the history of this place seems to linger in the air. And so do the flies. It's time to head north. Skagway was fun, but it kind of felt a lot like Las Vegas. Showy, glitzy, kind of full of itself. It does cruise ship tourism, better than just about anywhere. But what the cruise ships let you see isn't really what we came all this way to find. We enjoyed our time here, but we're ready to move on to the real Alaska. Today we'll slowly climb out of Skagway, cross back into the Yukon, and start making our way towards Fairbanks. But before we get there, we've got to survive what many call the roughest stretch of the entire Alaska Highway. Will our rigs handle it? I guess we'll find out soon enough. We've got fresh tanks, clear skies, and a gorgeous road ahead. It's going to be a great day to see what new stories the Alcan has to tell.
Goodbye, Alaska. It's a glorious day to be driving through the mountains here, heading back into Canada, into the Yukon. We're getting some awesome shots. I don't know how we got lucky here today and the clouds finally lifted. It's gorgeous, gorgeous. Let me say that again. Gorgeous.
Those spectacular mountains feel completely different than when we drove into Skagway. Funny how the same road can tell a different story. Just a change in direction, a different day, and suddenly everything feels new again. We braced ourselves for the usual scrutiny. Hats and sunglasses off, passports, and all our important papers at the ready. But our passage went unusually smooth, super easy. This has to be one of the most scenic border stations anywhere. And those lucky border guards, they have an incredible office view. Back on the Alcan after Whitehorse, we come across Canyon Creek Bridge, one of the original structures from the first laying of this historic highway. For a moment, you can picture the crews who built the road itself. Giant earth movers, chainsaws and shovels, carving a path through this rugged wilderness. Right here, the bridge builders faced their own battle. No shortcuts, just skill, determination, and grit. Their work has endured nearly a century, a testament to what human hands can accomplish even in the harshest environments. Canyon Creek Bridge stands as a symbol that every mile of the Alaska Highway has a story. Beyond this crossing, the challenges grow. Even now, the Alcan tests every ounce of patience, skill, and nerve, pushing both man and machine to the limit. Not far past Canyon Creek, the pavement gives way to long stretches of gravel and dirt. Driving this part of the Alcan feels like sitting through a 6.0 earthquake for hours. Every pothole and pavement shift shakes and rattles the rig. We can hear it groan and protest around us. Repairs look hasty, barely holding. You know, there's only 2 seasons in the Great White North: winter and road construction.
Buried in the darkness, I was found finally in this little.
With such a short window to work, every mile begs for help. But relief comes only for the most damaged sections. By the time we roll into Destruction Bay, the sun's low, the mountains are glowing, and the earthquake finally fades away. For the first time all day, it's quiet in the cab. A relief we've truly earned. We're leaving Destruction Bay this morning, heading north to Tok, Alaska, which means there's another border crossing ahead. But really, today is all about Yukon 1, the Alaska Highway. And let me tell you, this stretch might just be the worst day of driving on our entire Alaskan Odyssey. Yesterday's drive gave us a taste of rough gravel and dirt, but today, it's even tougher. Between the frost heaves, gravel patches, and endless construction zones, it's a constant game of dodge and weave. Sometimes we have to ride the shoulder, or other times we swing into the opposite lane just to avoid the worst of it. We watch the rig in front of us. Whoever it is becomes Bob, because the more they bob around, the slower we've got to go. And while we crawl along, it's impossible not to think about our caravan. 24 rigs rolling kinda together. The wagon master, tail gunner, and 4 others are in big Class A diesel pushers. 7 are in Super Cs like ours. There's 7 fifth wheels, 2 tags, and 1 Class C diesel. 2 of our fifth wheel RVs broke nearly all of their spring mounts. Yeah, not their leaf springs, but their mounts, and had to make major repairs on the side of the road. We've also had a shattered side window, a handful of cracked windshields, and 1 pickup truck with DEF tank issues. But so far, nothing else too catastrophic. Still, every rig is coated in mud and dirt from this relentless stretch. We're all looking forward to finally rolling into tote and washing off the Yukon.
The Alaska side, Yukon side. Back to Alaska. Back to the Yukon.
Nice.
Yeah.
Puppy wants to
Well,
play
come here.
that game.
Come here. That's right. There she is. Puppy's in Alaska.
Puppy's in Alaska finally.
Kenai. Yeah.
This unfortified boundary line between the Dominion of Canada and the United States of America should quicken the remembrance of the more than a century-old friendship between these countries, a lesson of peace to all nations.
Basecamp Blue Sky. Trying not to cover too many of these guys up. Going right here. That's a good sticker spot.
That'll work. Here on the Alaska flagpole.
On the Alaska flagpole, about 6.5, 7 feet up, facing the Alaska sign.
Come find us. We're here in Alaska. Come find us. Passing through this remote landscape, we now understand just how vast and untamed this region is. Every challenge along the way has been a learning experience, and making it through what might be the roughest stretch of our entire Alaskan odyssey only deepens that knowledge. The worst roads are hopefully behind us. We feel a deep sense of gratitude and relief. We're back in Alaska.
Should we try to follow these guys on the right? Commercial. Yeah. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, 12'10" over there. Okay. It is time for us to go through U.S. Customs. We are at the border crossing. And let's see how it is. Our last crossings have been pretty easy, so we'll see how this one goes. Okay, we just finished with the U.S. Customs. That was the easiest crossing yet.
Easy peasy.
It was very easy. She asked about firearms, if there was anything to declare, any alcohol or any other things that we purchased in Canada that we're bringing in.
We didn't tell her about the pizza.
Oh, the road is already better.
It's perfect.
Yeah, because that road from Destruction Bay up here was really bad. They were saying it was bad, and it was bad. So this road's already looking better.
Yeah.
Okay, here we are back in Alaska.
Woohoo! Finally made it.
We made it.
The Alaska Highway didn't just challenge us, it taught us patience, awareness, acceptance. Somewhere along the way, it stopped being just the road to Alaska and showed us how to be here. The Alcan changed us.
Alrighty, we're back on the road this morning. Got a pretty early start because we got a really busy day. We just left Tok from the Alcan Highway still. We're heading towards Fairbanks. We got a busy day because we gotta pick up the Ian this evening at Fairbanks Airport. He flies in, lands about 10:30. But before that, we're having a salmon bake with the crowd, with our group, and then some type of entertainment. And we need to hit the grocery store. We haven't had gotten groceries now in a couple of weeks. So the pantry is empty. But the road's pretty good. We've had a couple rough spots, but not as rough as the road from Destruction Bay. The road from Destruction Bay to Tok was terrible, but this is more manageable and better. We're traveling about 60 miles an hour. It's not bad. Our first stop is going to be at Delta Junction, which is where the Alcan ends. So we got a picture opportunity for the ending sign of the Alaskan Highway. But that's the day, that's the journey, 202 miles. Should take about 4 hours minus any stops. And carrying on. This will be as far north as we get with the camper here. And really it's setting us up. Well, here's the narrow bridge. It's not that narrow bridge. This Yukon.
Back to you.
And it's getting rough.
Getting rough. Maybe it's time to drive.
And here's a semi.
Dibs. Yeah, I'm glad you didn't meet him on the bridge. Giant black.
Yeah. Don't want to get bit by one of these. Delta Junction marks the official end of the Alaska Highway, a journey that began 1,422 miles and countless adventures ago. This road has given us so many moments, unexpected stops, incredible landscapes, and memories we'll never forget.
now in Fairbanks. It's really smoky. There's a fire 20 miles away. But our group tonight is going to the Salmon Bank and then see the show that's right next door, the Truly Alaskan show. We'll do that, and then we'll go pick up our son tonight. He's on his way up. So that's what we're up to. So we'll see what the Salmon Bank is all about.
Pioneer Park,
We are at Pioneer Park
Fairbanks.
in Fairbanks. The Salmon Bank dinner place is that way.
What is your sauce?
The sauce is brown sugar, butter, little lemon juice, and some curds. So.
And what?
There he is. There he is. That's Ian's plane.
It's still light out.
What do you mean? We got 2 more hours.
Welcome to Alaska.
Welcome to Alaska.